Biblical Shakers, we are putting the end to the two books of Kings on Monday. It was quite the history lesson. The closing chapter shows that Judah, like Israel, was unfaithful to God. So God, as he had warned them, allowed Judah to be destroyed. A series of weak and ungodly rulers led Judah into ruin. The consequences of decisions may not appear immediately, but they eventually come. Leaders may forget their decisions, but their decisions will not forget them. Mindy does a great job of reviewing this book with her devotion on Monday. The rest of the week will be spent reading the short book of Zephaniah, a prophet who spoke to the people of Judah at the time of Josiah's reign. He tried to shake them out of their complacency and urge them to return to God. His kingship with King Josiah, who we just read about in 2 Kings, didn't prevent his preaching a message of judgment at a time when the king was leading the nation in religious reformation. Zephaniah saw that the reform was not true revival, for it never got to the hearts of the people. It was only a surface change because the king promised it and the people went along with whatever was popular. In chapter 1, Zephaniah realized that preaching a message of judgment at a time of national religious reformation would not be easy. But a true prophet not only sees further, he also sees deeper. They refused to listen because, 1, they doubted God's prophet, Zephaniah, or 2, because they doubted God himself and they did not believe that he would do what Zephaniah was warning them. In chapter 2, God, in his mercy, called the people to turn from their sins and seek the Lord. Their root problem was pride. It was time to humble themselves and walk with God. Zephaniah encouraged them to unite and pray for their salvation. The message of doom in the beginning of the book becomes a message of hope by the final chapter. There will be a new day when God will bless his people. God's salvation and deliverance for those who are faithful to him is declared. As you read Zephaniah, listen carefully to the words of judgment. God does not take sin lightly, and it will be punished. But be encouraged by the words of hope. Our God reigns, and he will rescue his own. Decide to be part of that faithful remnant of souls who humbly worship and obey the living Lord. We have completed another 2 books of the Bible. Remember that the blog spot has a drop down of all the books we have read and completed together. Use it as an extra resource as you study his word. There is a printed devotion for every chapter. The gospel gives you everything, and it changes everything in your life. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. Are you living as if you actually believe that? The Bible is so important in our spiritual walk. Join us next week for another book of the Bible. And remember, Biblical Shakers makes reading the Bible way more enjoyable for you. And I pray that the Lord will put a hunger on your heart